Hey, Space Watchers, good morning, salam alaikum from Muscat in Oman, from the third day of the Middle East Space Conference organized by Novaspace, and what an event it is. Judith, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited for today. I think today's topic is going to be really fascinating, or focus more so. It's not just a single topic. It's going to be really fascinating to talk about later, report from it.
Absolutely, but before we talk about today, let's talk about what happened yesterday. I mean, we had yesterday an absolute full day of exciting presentations, exciting panels, exciting insights after the first day that was more protocol into how and why. So, your assessment from this day. Give me your thoughts.
Oh God, there's just so much it's hard to even summarize it. So what was really fascinating about yesterday is that you could see that everyone was keen on fostering those conversations, fostering those partnerships, building those bridges we were talking about on day one, where it was really the focus on what do we need to grow. On the second day, it was like, okay, now let's do it. I mean, we had some incredible conversations yesterday as well. You, I think, did about 1,000 interviews, at least it felt like it, and they're already all up on YouTube, so you can already go check them out. And it was just really people excited to share their projects, excited to share what is possible in Oman, because that was really what was shining through, why Oman might just be the next space place to be. And yeah.
I think my takeaway, just in case you would ask.
This is this?
Well, my takeaways are a few. I mean, we see this entire region, and we talked over the last 10 years about the UAE and their trailblazing the entire region about when it comes to space. And we see now a bit in Qatar, we see Saudi with an enormous effort stepping into the game. And now Oman, and you wonder why is that, but it's very fine carved out. I mean, all based on their national strategy 2040. And there were a few interviews I will highlight. One with Dr. Saoud, the head of the National Space Program, who gave an update on what they do here in Oman, from really capacity building at its best, accelerator programs, and fostering the private sector. And yes, they doubled the amount of companies. And yes, it's just 15.
25.
Okay, it's huh?
25 now.
25, yeah. But in 400 workplaces, and you could smile with a European arrogance about it, but it's really inherent. It's a start. And then it comes with, that was very interesting for me, with their spaceport development. And you would say, yeah, spaceport here. It is in the middle of nowhere. Actually, between Muscat and Salalah, so 700 kilometers something south from here on the coastline. And what they can do, and that they are the only country that can do, they can launch here to the seaside without air traffic. They told us they have one flight on a Friday, and they don't work on Friday, so easy, check. But they can fly equatorial, they can fly low inclination, and they can fly polar orbit. And you would wonder, polar orbit? Yeah. Think about going south instead of north. And here we are. Yeah. It's an interesting concept, and they're building it up.
And you just said one thing that actually was also a big consensus, not just from the representatives of the government and the programs here, but also of the companies from abroad that have actually already started their business here: geography. Yeah. We are exactly in the middle. It's easy for clients from Asia to get here. It's easy for clients in Europe to get here. It has better launching conditions than they actually have in Florida, just because of where we are geographically. And it just makes sense. And there is just so much to still explore and develop, that there's an inherent chance that you might not have in other countries, an inherent opportunity.
And it's a neutral country.
Yeah, it's neutral.
Oman is the Switzerland of the Middle East. I mean,
including some mountains.
Tagline from the Ministry of Tourism. Not even that. But it's interesting. They have this political stability as well. And one thing I learned in an to be published podcast with Dr. Ali, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Transport here, He said we are working on a regulation that within 45 days we give you a permission to launch. 45 days, just
speed.
for
That's speed that we
that's
heard of in
really
Europe.
fast. Yeah. I had also the pleasure yesterday to speak with Latitude. They are looking at the region here. I mean, we know, and we report about it, PLD is launching from here. And when you see their plan, their ETLAX, the launchpad plan, it looks like a small Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah.
I think they're planning up to 4 different launch pads. Very, very interesting. And that includes not just orbital rockets, no, but also hypersonic test facilities and all of that. So that comes together, and that will be then, fed by their own industry as well.
Yeah. It's just, as I said, in just 2 years, this is what they achieved. Like, the program started 2 years ago, and you said earlier you could laugh at the fact that it's just 25 companies, but it's 25 companies and a launch pad in 2 years, and that's incredible. And 400 jobs in 2 years. And what I just made my heart sing yesterday was to hear how much they're investing in youth and children to make sure that the talent in this country will continue to come and continue to help grow the space sector. They really have it all thought out.
And that's a topic for today.
Yeah.
We will just speak about in a second. But one conversation, it was not an interview, a conversation that struck me yesterday, and that was with one gentleman from an astronomical society here, and they're building a camp in the mountain area where you have one of the lowest light pollutions that you can find not just in the region, in the world. And they're waiting for a regulation to even maintain the low light pollution in the neighboring villages, cities, and to secure, not just secure, to protect this very prestige area for astronomy. And it will be pretty much world unique. And these are ideas and concepts where I say very interesting and forward-looking. Yeah, and we talk about sustainability, we talk about all these things in Europe, but we just talk about it. Here, they can be executed as well.
I think it's even called the Dark Sky Reserve, which is quite a beautiful name. And yeah, it's one of the topics of the hour, just to make sure that we can continue to do astronomy.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about today.
What's your favorite today?
Today, I mean, just the headline. The headline is, for the third day, enable. That's it. We will see this afternoon a number of students here coming in from the Sultan Qaboos universities, the local universities, and other institutes. We have also here then representatives from abroad, so from Georgia Tech I've seen, and other universities, I think CNES and Oxford and so on. And they try to bring space into their hearts, and space here reached the street. I say we try in Europe to reach a wider audience, to make people aware of space, and I think they have it here, and it's not just the astronauts thing. Yeah, so it's really the usage of space, and I'm looking forward to this afternoon. And you?
Yeah, me too. As I heard yesterday someone say, I'm not quite sure who it was, but was someone on the again government level say, we don't invest in the old age, we invest in the young age. We're trying to hire young people because they need to learn, they need to be today, and they're getting the platform, and that's fascinating. And I like the fact that they combined it with 2 different topics in the morning, which is space regulations, allowing the groundwork for successful national capabilities, and space financing and private investment to make sure that the capital is there for all the next generation to actually go up and go and just innovate.
Absolutely. And before you ask, students not just include male students. It's a diversity. You have female and male students here in large numbers, and that's great. I mean, they're really educating a broad variety of people.
Yeah.
Good. So, we are almost done with our reporting for you. A few more interviews will be taken later today. There will be potentially also a podcast recording. If you summarize your first trip to Oman, so in a few words, what would it be?
Eye-opening.
I want to come back.
Eye-opening. I would say eye-opening.
Okay.
Because as you said, when we hear about space activities in this region, the Gulf region, we hear UAE, we hear Saudi Arabia, we don't really hear Oman. And I came here as much to learn and listen as to report from it, and I feel like I did. I am floored by the hospitality that is the norm in this region. And you know, I'm from Vienna, which is repeatedly voted the grumpiest and unfriendliest city on the
come
planet.
on, it's a number one city in the world with highest living standards or so. Then you got awarded for that. Plus grumpiness.
Plus grumpiness. But the hospitality and the friendliness and the openness is just really unique here. And just, again, the drive to innovate, the drive to learn here as well. People are keen to learn, to find out more. They don't have the arrogance that we sometimes have, like we know everything. No, they say, this is what we know, this is what you know, let's work together. Yeah. And I like that attitude. So for me, it was eye-opening, and I would love to come back. It's a really beautiful place to be as well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much,
Thank
Judith.
you.
Thank you very much for the collaboration over the last days.
Thank you for letting me join this week. I had fun.
Absolutely. So with that, Space Watch out.